Good evening to you all. Welcome to the Talk the Book program of AP State Council of Higher Education. Almost all 100 weeks back, we have started this Talk the Book program under the aegis of AP State Council of Higher Education and by the directions of Professor K. M. Chandra Reddy, the chairman of AP State Council of Higher Education. And we have been doing good with reference to both the Telugu book reviews as well as the English book reviews. And today we have with us Mr. Abhiram Akell, yet another inspiring and a prosperous student of BTech, and who is pursuing right now his second year of BTech in Computer Science and Engineering at Geetham's University, Vizag. And Mr. Abhiram is a studious student and did all his schooling from Hyderabad Public School. And he's a bibliophile and has won many medals to his credit in debate and literary fields. And he has a lot of passion for books. Book reading is one of his favorite hobby, and pursuing his favorite hobby of book reading, now he is with us to review one of the most useful book for the youngsters, that is Power of Your Subconscious Mind. And the author is Dr. Joseph Murphy. Now, this is one of the latest areas, as well as an area which has been browsed upon several years back itself, that is the subconscious mind. Now, let us hear from Abhiram Akell the review of the book on Power of Your Subconscious Mind, written by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Over to you, Abhiram.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Sir, can you enable post screen sharing? Sir, please enable screen sharing.
Yes, it has been enabled.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Today, I will be giving a review of the book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, written by the Irish philosopher Joseph Murphy. Before beginning my book review, I would like to express my deep sense of gratitude to the Andhra Pradesh State Council for Higher Education for having initiated such a wonderful series, Talk the Book. Maybe this is a first of its kind in the country. As you sow in your subconscious mind, so shall you reap in your mind and body, says the author Joseph Murphy, who explains us about the unimaginable capability of our subconscious mind. Then, what is this subconscious mind? Our mind is made up of two parts. The first is conscious and the other is subconscious. The conscious part of the mind deals with the present state of mind. In easier words, it is a mind you use when you are awake and are aware of your thinking. The subconscious part of the mind works even when we are fast asleep. It also works in a situation when you wish to recall something for a long period. According to Dr. Murphy, subconscious mind is a dark room in which we develop images that live in the real life. The conscious mind captures the images from daily life and remembers it. The subconscious mind works backwards, that is, seeing something before it happens. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind is a self-help classic that connects science and religion in the most subtle manner. It teaches you not only how to visualize your ideas and put thoughts into your mind, but also the techniques that can be used to adapt the unconscious behavior of your mind in the positive manner. This book helps you deal with your problems effectively and also enables you to make the right decision when you are in trouble. The main idea of the book is to teach you how to instill positive thoughts into your subconscious mind in order to achieve what you aim for. This book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, acts as a guide to all those who strongly wish to enhance their decision making capabilities and get rid of their negative thinking at the subconscious level. It guides you as to how one cannot become the prey of their own mindset and keep their horizons as wide as the sea. The main premise of this book is that the subconscious mind is the key to unlocking an individual's full potential. According to the author, the subconscious mind is like a powerful computer that can be programmed to help achieve goals and overcome the obstacles. However, in order to harness this power, one must first learn to understand and communicate with the subconscious mind. About the author of this book, Joseph Dennis Murphy was a keen philosopher who believed to explore the new horizons of life and reality. Being raised as a Roman Catholic, he was enrolled in studying priesthood, but his mind had other ideas. In his teens, he started to question the orthodox ideologies and began his journey to the search for the truth. He spent many years in India to learn Hindu philosophy with the Indian sages and started a church of his own with Hindu ideologies. With all the wisdom Murphy attained in his life, he decided to reach out to the people through his books. Joseph Dennis Murphy is also a master in divine science and religious science. The book, the Power of Your Subconscious Mind, is divided into 20 chapters, each of which covers different aspects of the subconscious mind, how it can be harnessed for personal growth and success. I will be discussing some of the important and interesting thoughts that the author has highlighted in this book. As we know, we have only one mind, but our mind possesses two distinctive characteristics. The line of demarcation between the two is well known to all thinking men and women today. Each is endowed with a separate and distinct attributes and powers. We can define these two parts of our mind as the objective and subjective mind, the conscious and the subconscious mind, the waking and sleeping mind, the surface self and the deep self, the voluntary mind and the involuntary mind, the male and female, and many other terms. We will find the terms conscious and subconscious to represent the dual nature of our mind throughout this book. The first idea that the author highlights in this book is that the treasure house is within you. You look within for the answer to your heart's desire. The greatest secret possessed by all great men of all ages is their ability to contact and release the powers of their subconscious mind. Our subconsciousness has the answer to all our problems. The author says, if you suggest your subconscious mind prior to sleep, I want to wake up at 6 a.m., it will awaken you around the exact time. Our subconscious mind is the builder of our body and can heal us from the inside. If we sleep every night with the thought of perfect health, our subconscious, being our faithful friend, will always obey us. The author urges the readers to change their thoughts in order to change their destiny. He says that the law of life is the law of belief. A belief is a thought in our mind. We should believe in the power of our subconscious mind to heal, inspire, strengthen, and prosper us. We should never entertain weak thoughts such as, I cannot do it or I cannot achieve it. Our mind will take our words and sees to it that we do not have enough motivation or capability to achieve our goals. We are the captain to our own ship, and we should give the right orders to our mind, which governs all our experiences. Paramahasa Yogananda, in his autobiography of a yogi, one of the best sellers of the world, gives an extraordinary example of the power and the impact of the subconscious mind. He says that once his Guruji, Yukteswar, told him that one's health depends on one's subconscious expectations only. As a stunning experiment and experience, and to the utter amazement of his family and friends, in his Guru's presence, he instantly gained 50 pounds as he intensely desired to put on weight since he was lean and weak. This example shows the power which is hidden in our subconscious mind. The next idea that the author has emphasized here is that your mind is not evil. No force of nature is evil. The author says that it depends on how you use your powers of nature. Use your mind to bless, heal, inspire people everywhere. As John Milton in The Paradise Lost said it, it is the mind that makes a hell of heaven and a heaven of hell. The author asks us to begin from the standpoint of eternal truths and principles of life, and not from the standpoint of fear, ignorance, and superstition. We should not let others do our thinking. We must choose our own thoughts and make our own decisions. Our conscious mind is like a watchman at the gate. Its chief function is to protect our subconscious mind from false impressions. We should have a feeling that something good can always happen and is happening now. Like this, we always should choose happiness and abundance. We must refrain from negative thoughts that will affect our overall productivity in whichever field we are working. The following is a classic example of the tremendous power of suggestion. Suppose you approach a timid looking man on board of a ship and say to him, "You look very ill. How pale are you? I feel certain you are going to be seasick. Let me help you to your cabin." The passenger will turn pale. Your suggestion of seasickness associates itself with his own fears and forebodings. He accepts your aid down to the berth, and there your negative suggestion, which was accepted by him, realized. The law of action and reaction is universal. Your thought is the action, and the reaction is the automatic response of your subconscious mind to your thought. The author urges us to watch our thoughts very, very carefully. According to Dr. Murphy, all our frustration is due to the unfulfilled desires. If we dwell on obstacles, delays, and difficulties, our subconscious mind responds accordingly, and we are blocking our own good. The life principle will flow through us rhythmically and harmoniously if we consciously affirm to ourselves, "I believe that the subconscious power that gave me this desire is now fulfilling it through me." And this dissolves all our internal conflicts. We can interfere with our normal rhythm of our heart, lungs, and other organs by worry, anxiety, and fear. We can feed our subconscious with thoughts of harmony, health, and peace, and all the functions of our body will become normal again. Keeping your subconscious mind, keeping your subconscious mind busy with the expectation of the best will faithfully reproduce our habitual thinking. Imagining the happy ending of a solution or the solution to our problem, feeling the thrill of accomplishment, and what we imagine and feel will be accepted by our subconscious mind, which will bring it to pass. The next idea that the author wants to tell us is mental healing in ancient times. Dr. Murphy says that the symptoms of almost any disease can be induced in us by hypnotic suggestion. This shows us the power of our own thoughts. We should know that faith is like a seed planted in the ground and it grows after its time. We should plant the idea in our mind, water it, and fertilize it with expectancy, and it will become manifest. The author explains us about the invention of hypnosis during the ancient time and the role of the subconscious mind in this type of therapy. Franz Anton Mesmer, an Austrian physician who practiced in Paris, discovered that by applying magnets to a diseased body, he could cure the disease miraculously. He also performed cures with various other pieces of glass and metal. Later, he abandoned the use of these objects in favor of passing his hands over the patient's body. However, he claimed that the real source of his cures was what he called animal magnetism. He theorized that some mysterious magnetic substance was transmitted from the healer's hands to the patient. Mesmer lent his name to this type of treatment, which came to be called as mesmerism. Today, we know it as hypnotism. Other physicians who were jealous of Mesmer's success claimed that all his healings were due to the suggestion and nothing else. When pressed, however, they had to admit that they did not know how this power of suggestion created such an amazing effect. All the groups of psychiatrists, psychologists, osteopaths, and physicians are using the one universal power resident in our subconscious mind. When it comes to mental healing during the modern times, the author asks us to apply the power of prayer therapy in our life. We need to choose a certain plan, idea, or mental picture. Mentally and emotionally, we should unite with the idea. And as we remain faithful to our mental attitude, our prayer will be answered. If we really want the power to heal, we can have it through faith, which means a knowledge of working of our own conscious and subconscious mind. Faith comes with understanding. The author says that blind faith means that a person may get results in healing without any scientific understanding of the powers and forces that are involved in it. Dr. Murphy says we should learn to pray for our loved ones when they are ill. Quiet our mind and our thoughts of health and vitality and perfection operating through the one universal subjective mind will be felt and resurrected in the mind of our loved ones. The next idea that the author wants to put forward is how humans interfere with the innate principle of harmony. To think correctly and scientifically, one must know the truth. As the ancient saying puts it, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. To know the truth is to be in harmony with the infinite intelligence and the power of our subconscious mind, which is always moving lifeward. Every thought or action that is not harmonious, whether through ignorance or design, will result in discord and limitation of all kinds. Scientists inform us that we build a new body every 11 months. So from a physical standpoint, we are really 11 months old. If we build back the defects into our body by thoughts of fear, anger, jealousy, and ill will, we have no one else to blame but ourselves. The author says we are the sum total of our own thoughts. If our thought is in harmony with the creative principle of our subconscious mind, we are in tune with the innate principle of harmony. If we entertain thoughts that are not in accordance with the principle of harmony, those thoughts will cling to us, they will harass us, they will worry us, and finally bring about disease and, if persisted in, possibly death. Thoughts of jealousy, fear, worry, and anxiety tear down and destroy our nerves and glands, bringing about mental and physical diseases of all kinds. What we affirm consciously and feel as true will be made manifest in our mind, body, and affairs. The author urges us to affirm the good and enter into the joy of living. Now, the author explains us a very, very interesting thought, the power of imagination and prayer. A wonderful way to get a response from our subconscious mind is through disciplined or scientific imagination. As we have seen, the subconscious mind is the architect and the builder of the body. It controls all the vital functions of our body. The Bible says, whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive. To believe is to accept something as true, to live in the state of being it. As you sustain this mood, you shall experience the joy of the answered prayer. According to Dr. Murphy, there are 3 steps to success in prayer. The first one is to acknowledge or admit our problem. Second is to turn the problem over to the subconscious mind, which alone knows the most effective solution or the way out. The third one is to rest with a sense of deep conviction and that it is done. Doubts and hesitations only weaken our prayer. Do not say to yourself, I wish I could be healed, or I hope this works. Our feeling about the work to be done sets the tone. Know that health is ours. We become effective by becoming a vehicle for the infinite healing power of the subconscious mind. Pass on the idea of health to the subconscious mind with complete conviction and just relax, says Dr. Murphy. The author says, giving yourself over to its powers, say to the condition and any circumstance, this too shall pass. Through relaxation and conviction, we empower our subconscious mind. This enables the kinetic energy behind the idea to take over and bring into the concrete realization. I can give you 2 examples regarding the power of imagination. The great Swami Vivekananda, once when he was in the United States, was seen by his disciples meditating for more than 3 hours. When one of his disciples asked, Swamiji, is there anything special today? We have never seen you meditating for so long. Swami Vivekananda replies, I am meditating on the lion. His disciples were surprised. Swami Vivekananda explains that he was physically tired from his lectures and his hectic schedule, and therefore he needed the power, he needed internal strength, and that is why he was meditating on the lion. Another example which comes to my mind regarding the power of imagination is from Virat Kohli. In one of his interviews, he says, when he was down and out after the 2014 England tour, and when he had to travel to Australia 2 months later, when he was training, he was imagining. He used his power of imagination that he was smacking the bowlers all over the park, and which turned into reality 2 months later. Using these 2 examples, we can say that people, when they gain control over their subconscious mind, they become extremely powerful and they will gain wisdom. After discussing all these ideas, Joseph Murphy puts us a question. What is true wealth? Our subconscious mind is never short of ideas. There are within it an infinite number of ideas ready to flow into our subconscious mind and appear as cash in our pocket in countless ways. This process will continue to go on in our mind, regardless of whether the stock market goes up or down, or whether the dollar goes up or down in value. Our wealth is never truly dependent on bonds, stocks, or money in the bank. These are really only symbols, necessary and useful, of course, but only symbols. The point the author wants to emphasize here is that if we convince our subconscious mind that wealth is ours, and that it is always circulating in our life. We will always and inevitably have it, regardless of what form it takes. He poses three questions. The first one, why we do not have more money? Most of us may be thinking here, I deserve a bigger income than I have. In my opinion, that is true for most people. They really do deserve to have more, but they are not likely to get it. According to the author, one of the most important reasons these people do not have more money is that they silently or openly condemn it. They refer to money as a filthy evil. They tell their children and friends that the love of money is the root of all evil. Coupled with this as a reason they do not prosper, the author also poses another point here. Poverty is a mental disease. The author says there is no virtue in poverty. It is a disease like any other mental disease. If we were physically ill, we would realize there was something wrong with us. We would seek help and try to cure the condition at once. The author says that it is in the same way. If we do not have enough money constantly circulating in our life, there is something radically wrong going on with it. He also tells us a point why we must never criticize money. Dr. Murphy says we must cleanse our mind of all weird and superstitious beliefs which we have associated with money. Do not ever regard money as evil or filthy. If we do, we cause it to take wings and fly away from us. We need to keep in mind that we lose what we condemn. We cannot attract what we criticize. The author now explains the role of our subconscious mind as a partner in success. Dr. Murphy gives us 3 steps to success. The first one, the first vital step to success is to find out the thing we love to do and then to do it. Unless we love our work, we cannot possibly consider ourselves successful at it, even if all the rest of the world hails us as a great success. By loving our work, we have a deep desire to carry it out. If someone is drawn to become a psychiatrist, it is not enough for them to get a diploma and hang it onto the wall. They will want to keep up with the field, attend conventions, and continue studying the mind and its workings. The infinite intelligence of our subconscious mind reveals to us our true place in life. The second step that Dr. Murphy tells us is to specialize in some particular branch of work and strive to excel in it. Suppose a student chooses chemistry as a profession. He should concentrate on one of the many branches in this field and give all his time and attention to his chosen specialty. His enthusiasm should make him want to know all there is available about his field, and if possible, he should know more than anyone else. The young man should become ardently interested in his work and should desire to use it to serve the world. According to the author, getting by is not true success. People's motive must be greater, nobler, and more altruistic. They must serve others, thereby casting their bread upon the waters, says Dr. Murphy. The third step to success is the most important one. We must be sure that the thing we want to do does not contribute only to our own success. Our desire must not be selfish. It must benefit humanity. The path of a complete circuit must be formed. In other words, our idea must go forth with the purpose of blessing or serving the world. It will then come back to you magnified and full of blessing. If we work only for our own benefit, we do not complete this essential part of the circuit. We may appear as to be successful, but in the short circuit we have generated in our own life, may lead over time to limitation or sickness. Next, the author explains about the wonders of sleep on the subconscious mind. We spend about 8 out of every 24 hours in our life sleeping. This is an inexorable law of sleep of life. Sleep is an sleep is an advenine law, and many answers to our problems come to us when we are fast asleep. Many people have advocated the theory that we get tired during the day, that we go to sleep to rest the body, and that a reparative process takes place when we sleep. But according to the author, this is a gross misunderstanding. Joseph Murphy says, nothing rests in sleep. Our heart, lungs, and all our vital organs function while we are asleep. If we eat prior to sleep, the food is still digested and assimilated. Our skin secretes perspiration. Our nails and hair continue to grow. In the same way, our subconscious mind never rests or sleeps. It is always active, controlling all our vital forces. The healing process takes place more rapidly while we are asleep, as there is no interference from the conscious mind. Remarkable answers are given to us when we are asleep. The author also discusses about the startling effects of sleep deprivation on our mind and body. According to the author, lack of sleep can cause us to become irritable, moody, and depressed. All human beings need a minimum of 6 hours of sleep to be healthy. Most people need more. Those who think they can get along on less sleep are indirectly fooling themselves. Medical research scholars investigating sleep processes and deprivation of sleep point out that severe insomnia has preceded psychotic breakdown in some instances. The author says we are spiritually recharged when we sleep. Adequate sleep is essential to produce joy and vitality in life. Now, the author also poses a very interesting thought here. Who are the happiest people in the world? According to the author, the happiest people the happiest person is the one who constantly brings forth and practices what is best in himself or herself. Happiness and virtue complement each other. Not only are the best the happiest, but the happiest people are usually the best in the art of living life successfully. God is the highest and best in us. Express more of God's love, light, truth, and beauty, and you will become one of the happiest persons in the world today, says Dr. Murphy. Epictetus, the Greek Stoic philosopher, said, there is but one way to tranquility of mind and happiness. Let this, therefore, be always ready at hand with thee, both when you both when thou wakest early in the morning and all day long, and when thou goest to sleep late, to account no external things thine down, but commit all these to God. Happiness should become a habit, but not an end result. We must establish in happiness. It is a good habit to ponder on often. Whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things, says Dr. Murphy. The author also says, when we open our eyes in the morning, say to yourself, I chose happiness today. I choose success today. I choose the right action today. I choose love and goodwill for all today. I choose peace today. Pour life, love, and interest into this affirmation, and you have chosen happiness. Moving on to the next idea. Now, the author explains us about the subconscious mind and its role in harmonious human relations. Our mind is a creative medium. Therefore, what we think and feel about other, we are bringing to pass in our own experience. This is the psychological meaning of the golden rule. As we want a man should think about us, think about you, we think about them in the same manner. Our subconscious mind is a recording machine that reproduces our habitual thinking. Dr. Murphy gives a very interesting example regarding this. A woman wrote to the author asking for help with her husband. She explained that he went into a rage every time he read what certain newspaper columnists wrote in the newspaper. She added that this constant reaction of anger and suppressed rage on his part was very bad for his high blood pressure. His doctor had told him that he had to find some way to reduce his stress through emotional reconditioning. The author invites this man to see him. He explained to him the way his mind functions. He understood that he was emotionally immature to get angry over the articles in the newspaper, but he had not known the damage his anger was causing to his own body and mind. He began to realize that he should give the columnist the freedom to express himself, even if he disagreed with him politically, religiously, or in any other way. He awakened to the simple truth that it is never what some other person says or does that affects him. Rather, it is his own reaction to what is said or done that matters. This explanation helped this man achieve a cure. He realized that with a little practice, he could master his morning tantrums. His wife later tells the author that he eventually learned to laugh at what the columnists wrote, which he had disliked earlier. His hypertension is now under control as a result of his increased emotional poise and serenity. The author now tells us about how to perceive God and how to forgive people. Many persons habitually set up mental resistance to the flow of life, thereby accusing and reproaching God for the sin, sickness, and the suffering of mankind. Others cast the blame on God for their pains, aches, loss of their loved ones, personal tragedies, and accidents. They are angry at God and believe that He is responsible for their misery. The author says, as long as people entertain such negative concepts about God, they will experience the automatic negative reactions from their subconscious mind. What they fail to understand is that they are punishing themselves. They must see the truth, find a release, and give up all condemnation, resentment, and anger against anyone or any power outside of themselves. Otherwise, they cannot go forward into a healthy, happy, or creative activity. The minute these people entertain a God of love in their minds and hearts, at, at that instant, they believe that God is a loving Father who watches over them, cares for them, guides them, sustains and strengthens them. This concept and belief about God or the life principle will be accepted by their subconscious mind, and they will find themselves blessed in countless ways. Dr. Murphy asks us if someone has hurt us, lied about and vilified us, and has said all manner of evil about us, is our thought of that person negative? If so, you have not forgiven that person yet. The roots of hatred are still in your subconscious mind, playing havoc with you, and you are good. The only way to wither those roots are with love. Wishing for the person all the blessings in life. And that is the true meaning of forgiveness, says Dr. Murphy. Dr. Murphy also touches on a very interesting point of how to deal with fear. The author explains that fear is a negative thought in our mind. We have to supply it with a constructive thought. Fear has killed millions. Confidence is greater than fear. Nothing is more powerful than faith in God and the good. Fear is man's greatest enemy. It is behind failure, sickness, and bad human relations. Love casts out fear. Love is an emotional attachment to the good things of life. Fall in love with honesty, integrity, justice, goodwill, and success, says Dr. Murphy. Live in the joyous expectancy of the best, and invariably the best will come to us, says the author. Counteract the fear suggestions with the opposite, such as I sing beautifully, I am poised, serene, and calm. It will pay fabulous dividends. Fear is behind amnesia that strikes during examination. We can overcome this by affirming frequently, I have a perfect memory for everything I need to know. Imagine a friend congratulating you on your brilliant success after the exam. Perseverance, persevere this, and you will win, says Dr. Murphy. The great law of substitution is the answer to fear. Whatever we fear has its solution in the form of our own desire. If we are sick, we desire health. If we are in the prison of fear, we desire freedom. Expect the good. Mentally concentrate on the good and know that our subconscious mind is there to answer us always. It never fails. The things we fear do not really exist except as thoughts in our mind. Thoughts are always creative. Think good and the good follows, says the author. Fear has percolated into human psyche so much that it has become inseparable from large portion of mankind. The more the wealth and prosperity and the advancement of science and technology, modern man is experiencing this disastrous feeling of fear on a daily basis. The fear of the human being, unlike that of animals, is projected in the future and the past. This is because the human mind is more powerful and more advanced in its mechanism. Fear is of two types, one being the instinctive fear, the other being intellectual fear. The usefulness of instinctive fear is conspicuous in the animals as well as children, since it functions as a protective shield to them. Whereas fear has resulted in the insanity of humanity since fear gripped man in every facet of life. The vibrations of fear in terms of health, money, popularity, success, and failure are, are everywhere at work with your intelligent mind. Man is capable of generating his own happiness and misery through his conscious and subconscious mind. The juxtaposing fact is that mankind makes deadly weapons in the name of security. Man is madly producing deadly weapons which are causing massive destruction of life on this planet. Each and every country on this globe, whether rich or poor, is allocating more budget for the weapons than basic communities like food, education, and health. The different shades of human fears germinated from human desires and selfishness. Now the author tells us another interesting point here, how to stay young in spirit forever. Age is not the flight of years. It is the dawn of wisdom in the mind of humans, says Dr. Murphy. This is a remarkable quote from him. According to him, the most productive years of our life can be from 65 to 95. He also says that you are as young as you think you are. You are as strong as you think you are. You are as useful as you think you are. You are as young as your thoughts. Your gray hairs are an asset. You are not selling your gray hairs. You are selling your talent, abilities, and wisdom that you have gained through the years. Old age may be called the contemplation of the truths of God from the highest standpoint. The joys of old age are greater than those of youth. Your mind is engaged in spiritual and mental athletics. Nature slows your body so that you may have the opportunity to meditate on the divine things. Patience, kindness, love, goodwill, joy, happiness, wisdom, and understanding are qualities that never grow old. Cultivate them and express them and remain young in mind and body, says the author. At the end, the author also tells us about the importance of old age. He says, you are needed. Some of the great philosophers, artists, scientists, writers, and others accomplished their greatest work after they were 80 years old. The fruits of old age are love, joy, peace, patience, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. You are a child of the infinite life that knows no end. You are an heir to eternity. You are wonderful. This style of ending from Dr. Murphy deeply inspires and motivates the readers and makes them feel that their life is a pure gift from God and their responsibility as a human is to live their life to the fullest and not to worry about what others think about them all the time. It is important for everyone to believe that they are the best in order to bring the best out of them in any situation. This powerful message from the author provokes a lot of thoughts in the mind of the readers. Now, what do we learn after reading this book? After reading this book, we can say that now we know how our subconscious mind works, and we know the importance of our subconscious mind also. We also know that we can find answers to all unsolved life puzzles and problems. We also know why visualization is important in every aspect of our life. We understand the importance of belief and prayer. We understand the miracles of the subconscious mind and the ways to deal with failures and fears. We also know how to lead a life full of happiness and quality. Coming to the strengths of this book and what I like about this book. The strengths of this book are practical tips. This book provides practical tips and techniques that readers can use to tap into the power of their subconscious mind. These techniques are easy to understand and apply, making the book useful for anyone who wants to improve their life. Second is that this book is easy to read. This book is written in a clear and concise manner, making it easy to understand and follow. The author uses simple language and provides numerous examples and stories to illustrate his points. The next strength of this book is the positive tone of the author. This book has a positive and optimistic tone, which is refreshing in a world where many self-help books focus on the negative aspects of life. The author emphasizes the power of positive thinking and encourages the readers to focus on what they want rather than what they don't want. The next strength of this book is the inclusion of scientific basis. This book is based on the principles of psychology and neuroscience, which adds credibility to the author's claims. The author also provides numerous examples of scientific studies that support his ideas. The author also gives us timeless advice in the book. Despite being written over 60 years ago, the advice in the book is still relevant today. The book's focus on the power of the subconscious mind and the importance of positive thinking is timeless and can help readers improve their lives in any era. The power of your subconscious mind is a complete life changer. It tickles the mind of the readers and pushes the reader to think positively. The most important part is that it also provides us to inculcate such thoughts. The methods mentioned in the book are universally applicable. They do work if exercised with full concentration. Moving on to the conclusion, I would like to say that self-help books are like a guide to enhance one's state of mind. These books aim at the positive evolution of an individual. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind is one such book. Not all self-help books you come across are the same. Rather, they are completely different one another and have a very different impact on the reader. There are only a few books which are actually effective in a positive way. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind is one such book. It is Joseph Murphy's greatest creation, which has influenced the minds of many readers. This is not a book, it is a powerful influencer. The text portrays how the human life gets affected by the thoughts and ideas. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind is a complete motivational guide. The book gives us a strong message that belief is all that matters to bring your actions into reality. It is not only a book, but a seed of wisdom which deserves a place in every shelf or library. The book really shows up many ways for the readers to make use of their inner creativity. The concepts are simple, clear, and effective. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind is a valuable resource for anyone who wants to improve themselves. The book's practical tips, easy to read style, positive tone, and timeless advice make it a classic. If asked, what did I gain from reading this book? I will say positivity, visualization, and the importance of the subconscious mind. Everyone can follow these simple techniques, but it takes yeah, anybody can follow these thoughts. Yes, I can say that I have seen so much betterment in my lifestyle in a short period. It is my deepest desire that I want all my friends and readers too to get this experience. And now, for giving me this wonderful opportunity, I am deeply beholden to the chairman, Andhra Pradesh State Council for Higher Education, and Mr. Bhaskar Garu, member of the council and the coordinator of this program, for giving me this opportunity. I am thankful to our English faculty, Dr. Ramanathan Ramesh Babu sir, for encouraging me and inspiring me to take part in this enlightening activity. Thank you, everyone.
With the concept of how the belief of subconscious mind can change one's life, we can imbibe good and positive thoughts in our mind. Thank you, Abhiram, for reviewing the book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, that explored the idea that our thoughts and beliefs have the power to shape our reality. It's a timeless classic, as you mentioned, though it has been originally published in 1963, but still it is for self-help and also for one's own personal growth. I congratulate Mr. Abhiram for underlining the take-home point from his review on the power of your subconscious mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, that we need to open up a world of success, happiness, prosperity, and peace for us. The basic idea put forth by Abhiram is that our subconscious mind has infinite power, and as we shall think will be done unto us. It all depends on our thinking and thought process. Once again, I thank you, Abhiram, and wish you all the best for all your future endeavors. We from APSCHE wishes you all the best. Thank you, viewers. for being with us, and let us again meet next Friday with a Telugu book review. Till then, be safe and be stay. Thank you very much.